When I was in college, I had a stalker. It started innocently enough. I noticed a guy who seemed to be everywhere I went on campus. At first, I thought it was just a coincidence, but then I started seeing him more and more often. He would follow me to my classes, wait for me outside my dorm, and even show up at the coffee shop where I worked. I tried to ignore him, but he made me feel uneasy. One day, I found a note in my backpack. It was from him, confessing his love for me and asking me to go out with him. I was creeped out and scared, so I ignored the note and hoped he would go away. But he didn't. He started sending me more notes and gifts, like flowers and chocolates. He even started calling me at all hours of the day and night. I told my friends about the stalker, but they didn't take me seriously. They thought I was overreacting and that the guy was just harmless. But then, things took a dark turn. One night, as I was walking back to my dorm from the library, he grabbed me from behind and dragged me into an alleyway, covering my mouth. I was terrified and didn't know what to do. But then, I remembered the self-defense moves my dad had taught me. I kicked him in the groin and ran away as fast as I could. I reported the incident to the campus police, but they couldn't find any evidence of the stalker. It was like he had vanished into thin air. I started having nightmares about him, nightmares where he would grab me again and drag me into the darkness. I couldn't shake off the feeling of being watched all the time. One day, I found a note on my pillow. It was from him, the stalker. He had somehow managed to break into my room without me knowing it. The note said that he would never let me go and that he would always be watching me. I was terrified and didn't know what to do. I couldn't sleep at night, and I couldn't focus on my studies during the day. My friends were all scared for me, but they didn't know what to do either. And then one day, he attacked me again. I was walking home from a party and he jumped out from behind a tree and grabbed me. This time he was stronger and more aggressive. I fought back with all my might, but he was too powerful. He dragged me into the woods, and I knew that this was it. This was the end. I thought about all the things I would miss. My family, my friends, my dreams. And then, I thought about how unfair it all was. I didn't deserve to die like this. But then, something inside me snapped. I realized that I wasn't going to let him win. I fought back with everything I had, and somehow, I managed to break free. I ran as fast as I could through the woods, not looking back until I reached the safety of my dorm room. I collapsed on the bed, shaking and crying. The next day, I went to the police and told them everything that had happened. They were able to track down the stalker and arrest him. But even after he was behind bars, I still couldn't shake off the feeling of being watched. I would look over my shoulder every time I walked down the street, wondering if he was still out there, waiting for his chance to strike again. It took me years to finally feel safe again. But even now, I still get nightmares about that night in the woods. And sometimes, when I'm alone in a dark alley or a quiet street, I can't help but feel like someone is watching me.